are lucky enough to be joined by the legend herself, Coach Kim Mulkey, fresh off a SEC tournament, which Tigers fought their way to the championship and are falling to South Carolina. But a good showing, a shorthanded, tough showing out of the Tigers. Coach Mulkey, what's going on? How we feel on this Tuesday?
Well, we feel good. We are off yesterday. We're off today. We're off tomorrow. And we've got Poa doing better. She's recovering little by little. Angel's ankles getting better. Michaela's kind of been cleared to go play a little bit. So getting them all healthy, and we were very proud, or I was very proud. We played in the championship for the first time since I've been at LSU.
Yeah, I mean, Coach, you continue to kind of tell the future here, right? I mean, your goal each year has been one game better than last year, and once again, that ends up happening. One thing I was struck by, though, in that post-game press conference with you and Angel, I was struck by the confidence out of you two. I mean, you going so far as say, I mean, I wish we could crank this tournament up tomorrow. Now, I know the break is very beneficial health-wise, but what is it that you're seeing out of your team right now that has you feeling so good heading into the most important part of the calendar?
I think we're playing our best basketball right now. I think that we've improved tremendously on the defensive end of the floor. I think we're all kind of on the same page. I hate that we've had the couple of injuries with Poa, and it's not really an injury with Michaela. I just chose to be very proactive and not play her for fear that, her foot was hurting her. And, tweaked ankles, people play with that all the time, and that's what Angel did. She rolled her ankle a little bit, but it's just you watch improvement, you watch how they interact with each other, you watch that confidence grow, and I feel really good. We were shorthanded, and you get concerned that you're going to run out of firepower, but we really didn't. We ran out of time. That's it. We didn't run out of firepower. We ran out of time.
Coach, was there anything from the first game in South Carolina to the second game against South Carolina that you noticed that was different about your team? Because they certainly came out and there was that confidence that we're talking about against that team. I don't think there's any question about it. They want to go toe-to-toe with that squad.
Yeah, I do. I think a big difference was turnovers. We didn't turn the ball over at critical moments. We did have turnovers, but it was just, you just competed in the heat of the moment. You make a shot here, they miss a shot here, you do this, you do that. It's usually the difference in the game. And they made the shots and the plays to win it, and we were just right there. And we were in that same predicament in Baton Rouge, but I think we were playing on adrenaline because we were home. Mm-hmm. It was a different feel. You're really basically on their court in their backyard, and you're shorthanded, and you put up that kind of fight. Man, that felt good. It was just a good time to leave there and go, this is a great way to head into postseason. And some teams head into postseason on the high and playing good, and some you can kind of see aren't. And I just feel like we're one of them that's playing really good right now.
And, Coach, you know how we feel. I loved what went down Sunday in terms of toughness, in terms of taking no crap, in terms of having your teammates back. And I know that you are someone who does not engage with the outside noise. I know, right? Now everybody's saying, "Oh, how could she say that about Cardoza?" And Coach, do you stand by what you said in terms of basically pick on someone your own size?
You guys want me to keep commenting on that little? I don't even know what you call it. I don't call it a fight. I didn't see any.
Thank you. See, that's what I'm talking about.
I
yes.
didn't see any fist thrown or anything like that.
We've gotten a little soft, Coach, I feel.
I just, I kind of feel like Dawn Staley does, she said it best, things like that happen. She wasn't going to get on her players, so I certainly wasn't getting on my players for anything. It just happened, and you keep playing and you move on. It's an occurrence that happens, guys, in sports. I mean, maybe it's because we're women. It's not.
Okay, that's actually what I was kind of wanting to ask you about, because to me, I agree. You see that having a guys game, it's no big deal. It doesn't make headlines. Everybody moves on. Do you think this is still just a function of the women's game kind of growing and people having to accept that, hey, man, it's competition. Like, it's going to get nasty. It should get chippy. It should get physical.
I've said it many times. The attraction to our team is tough, beautiful women that play their hearts out. And tough is a compliment. And I don't know, T-Bob, I guess I grew up in a world around Dixie Youth Baseball and Pony League Baseball and playing with the guys in pickup games. That's just what it was. And I guess TV, social media, and all that. I guess I can't find any other thing that draws as much attention, but it happens on the men's side, and we move on, right?
Yeah, and certainly in a rivalry game, Coach. I mean, LSU, South Carolina, you know this. I mean, y'all's programs have the same goal, and y'all want to go win national championships, and you're two of the best teams in the country. And so, like, when you have a rivalry situation, I know when I played against the Florida Gators, I knew what it was going to be. I knew it was going to be 60 minutes of us going back and forth, and there was going to be a little extra because of who the opponent was. And, like, some of that's just going to come when you have two great teams that are trying to go for the same goal and actually have a goal that they both can achieve.
Well, the last two national championships have come from the SEC. Mm-hmm. And anybody that watched that game itself had to think, wow, these have to be two of the top teams in the country. We already know South Carolina undefeated and ranked number one. We started the year ranked number one. We had a few hiccups, and we've grown and gotten better, but we're still defending national champions until somebody takes it away. So there's a great narrative on each side. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing, what I would say, personal. I just compete. It doesn't matter if my daughter's coaching on the other side or who's coaching on the other side. You're taught as competitors just to lay it all out there. And that's what we're going to do.
And Coach, in the run-up to the South Carolina game, I mean, there was obviously the big Ole Miss win, but I felt like the Auburn game was pretty symbolic in that that's a team that got you one time, gave you a damn good fight the second time, and here you sit with this kind of postseason rubber match of sorts. Okay, let's settle this once and for all. I felt like your team made a pretty emphatic statement that, okay, it's time. You know, this is we're peaking at the right time.
I think you said a mouthful. Exactly. That is exactly how you gauge your team. Have we improved? And you just saw it through the course of the year. If you watch things that we needed to improve on, you saw it in the SEC tournament. And you saw it without being full strength. Mm-hmm. And that just tells me a whole lot that there's an unbelievable will to win. There's an unbelievable strength right now that missing Michaela and putting in Janae Kent and people who've been waiting and wanting their turn, they got their chance and they didn't disappoint anybody. And it's a feeling you get within the program and as a coach that something special is going on right here.
Coach, you mentioned you got a couple of off days coming up, and after a run like y'all made in the SEC tournament, and you've done this so many times before, will it be like the schedule that you've always used at Baylor here at LSU as you head into an NCAA tournament? Do you change anything up, you know, considering you're trying to get a little bit more healthy before you go into the tournament?
Well, I'll follow the instruction of the trainer and the doctors with POA. She's in concussion protocol. And so I've never had a concussion, and I hear it all the time, but I don't really understand it. I just look at them and I say, you tell me when, what, and where. Yeah. And so concussion protocol with POA. But we don't play guys until not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. And I'm pretty certain we'll be a high seed in the tournament. So that means we'll get to play in Baton Rouge. And so get your tickets, everybody. And if we win those 2 games, we'll be sent to either Albany or Portland. And we'll do the 3 days off here. Wednesday, we'll have a little team gathering and eat some. It used to be crawfish, but with shortage of it and expense of it, I think it's going to be boiled shrimp and crab.
Damn. Sign of the times.
I know it. It's like, darn, are you kidding me?
I know. Well, it probably costs like $100,000 to feed the team, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, listen now, we can eat. I always tell my son, when you have a date, you better take a lot of money, because real women like to eat.
Hell yeah.
Those that pick around, no, we don't want to fool with them, but we will eat.
Coach, look, here, OTB, I got your back. We got your back. We'll go to the mat for you any day of the week. You're the best. You're beast. Kick ass this tournament. I love this team. Can't wait to see what y'all do, and I cannot thank you enough for coming on with us every single Tuesday here.
Guys, y'all are the best, and I am, as Papa used to say, I am what I am. I have no ill intentions. I have no agenda. I speak from my heart. I speak from my life experiences, and people like or don't like it. I have nothing whatsoever in my heart to harm anybody, but I fight like hell. That's who I am.
Whew. I love it. Absolutely love it. The realest in the business, Coach Kim Mulkey. Coach, thank you so much. You have a great week.
Take care now.
Thanks, Coach.